Hey, my name is Alex, and this is lesson 32 for 7th grade math. So the first part, we're given a equals 3, b equals 4, c equals -5, and we have to use these to solve. So for number 1, we have a plus 3b plus 4c. So what we can do is just plug in our known values. We know that a is 3, so it's just going to be 3 plus 3 times, and we know b is 4, so it's going to be 3 times 4. Plus 4c, or also just 4 times -5. This also comes out to 3 plus 12 minus 20. And if we solve this out, then it's going to give us -5 for our answer. For number 2, we could do the same thing, plug in our known values. We know what a, b, and c is, so just plug in 3 for a, and 4 for b, and -5 for c. So this is going to be 6 plus 12 plus 5. 6 plus 12 plus 5 is also 18 plus 5, or 23. Number 3, we have 3a minus 4b plus 2c. Do the same thing. So plug in our known values. Minus 4 times 4 plus 2 times -5. This is equal to 9 minus 16 minus 10. This is also 9 minus 26, or also -17. Okay, for the next portion, we have to solve for y. So for number 1, we're given x equals 7, and we also have 2x plus y equals 12. So to solve for y, we could plug in 7 for x. This way we only have one variable. So if we plug in 7 for x, we get 2 times 7, or 14 plus y equals 12. And we have to get y equals something, not 14 plus y. So we have to move this 14 over by subtracting 14 on both sides. So this becomes y equals 12 minus 14, or just -2. For number 2, we could do the same thing. We have x equals 2, and we have an equation of 2x plus x squared plus 2y equals 4. So if we're trying to solve for y, we have to get rid of this x. We get rid of this x, and we have to get rid of this variable by plugging in 2. So it becomes 2 times 2 plus 2 squared plus 2y equals 4. 2 times 2 is also 4, and 2 squared is also 4. So yeah, 4 plus 4 plus 2y equals 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2y equals 4. Get rid of the 8 on both sides, or subtract both sides by 8. So it becomes 2y equals -4. Divide both sides by 2 so that we isolate the y, so it becomes -2. Okay. For number 3, we have x equals 3 and -x plus 4y equals 8. So we could plug in x, so it becomes -3 plus 4y equals 8. 4y equals 11. Y equals 11 over 4. Okay. The next portion, we have to solve the equation for a point of solution. And notice how they say that they're looking for a point. So we need to know both x, y. So you know both values. So for number 1, we're given y equals 2x plus 7, 3x minus 4y equals 13, or -13. So the previous section, we were given a set number for the x value, but this time we don't have it. We don't have that. We're given y equals this expression. And since we don't know how to solve equations that have two unknown variables, we have to get it somehow in terms of one variable, whether it be y or x. So for number 1, since we're given y equals something, we could plug in this into the second one. By that, I mean 3x minus 4 times 2x plus 7 equals -13. This way, we only have x, and we got rid of our y. We could do this because we know that y equals this. So we're just plugging in what we know. So we have to solve this out now. So it becomes 3x minus 8x minus 28 equals negative 13. This becomes negative 5x equals 28 minus 13, which I believe is 15. And then we divide both sides by negative 5. So you get x equals negative 3. But in the directions, they're asking for a point. So we have to plug this back in. So it becomes 2 times negative 3 plus 7, which makes it negative 6 plus 7. Y equals 1. So our points will be negative 3, comma 1. Number 2, it's the exact same thing. Oh, this is the same question. So, number 4, 3x plus 7 times negative 4x minus 11 equals negative 2. 3x minus 28x should be a 7. Minus 77 equals negative 2. So this becomes negative 25x equals 75. X equals negative 1. And we plug this back in, so it becomes negative 4 times negative 1 minus 11. 4 minus 11, or just negative 7. So our coordinate, or our points, will be negative 1, comma 7. Okay, number 7 here. We're not given specifically x or y equals something, so we have to get it equal to something, whether it be x or y. And since we have x all alone in the first equation, we could just move over the 2y, so it becomes negative 2y minus 6. So now we could just plug this in into our second equation, so it becomes negative 2y minus 6 plus 4y equals 2. So we get 10y plus 30 plus 4y equals 2. 14y plus 30 equals 2. 14y equals negative 28. Y equals negative 2. Now plug this back into the first equation. So we have x equals negative 2 times negative 2 minus 6, which is 4 minus 6, or negative 2. So our answer will be negative 2, comma negative 2. Number 8, you could do the same thing. Y equals negative 3x plus 4. And then we plug this into our second equation, so it becomes 4 times this. So 3x plus 12x minus 16 equals 14. 15x equals 30. X equals 2. And plug this into here. So we have y equals negative 3 times 2 plus 4. This is also negative 6 plus 4, or negative 2. So our point will be negative 2, comma, or 2, comma, negative 2 for number 8.